Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy, so keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
You speak as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a patent death.
Nosfero, does this word not sound like the death bird culling the living dead at dawn? It is the name both ghouls and demons dare not say, for they know it means death for the undead.
Hard work, dedication, hard work, dedication.
What is up, all you beautiful people? I hope you are doing well on this fine Halloween. Happy Halloween to all of you guys. Happy Halloween, Comicsgate. Happy Halloween, all fans of horror. And happy Halloween to the members in the chat. But let me go through and see who's here. Mighty Magic, happy Halloween to you. Steven Rockwood Drawing, a member of the channel. Thank you so much for being here, brother. Always appreciated. And happy Halloween to you, my friend. I tip my cap to you. Let's see who else we got here. We've got JBot Art here. Good to see you, JBot. And let's see who else we have. We've got 13 people in the chat. Make sure you hit this like. We've got David Brohawk Williams. Hail, David Brohawk Williams. I hope you're doing well today. Let's see here. Blackjack Hail CG. Indeed. Hail to you, my friend. Passmaster Dan. Holy cow. Yeah, I know that photo. Wow, isn't it sad to see the deterioration of our beloved Ninja Turtles animatronics. Yeah, hail to you and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to all of you fine people. Odin, happy Halloween to you. I hope you're having a good one. We're doing some artwork today, guys. We're going to have a fun time. Happy Halloween, Mighty Geek Studios. How are you doing? And happy Halloween and hail to Son of Liberty Radio. Yes, and thank you for dropping links. Happy Halloween, Timmy Mello. Just saw you. Almost missed you there. Can't have that on my conscience. And yeah, it's great to see you guys just working away. Happy Halloween, Dragon Pisces. I'm dressed as a homicidal maniac. They just look like everyone else. I've heard that. I've heard that. That is why we miss them, you know, when they're sneaking up on us. So I am working on a page of Nosfero again, as always. Having a blast, guys. Having an absolute blast. Congratulations to Shane Davis on an incredible launch of Inglorious Rex 2. Please go check it out if you haven't. I backed the Shane Davis cover. There's also a beautiful Dale Keown cover there. I loved the throne and rubble. It spoke to my my kaiju loving soul. And happy birthday to Anna, that Star Wars girl. I think she celebrates her birthday today, if I'm not mistaken. And happy birthday to her. And so I hope all you fine people are doing well in the chat. Again, the cheerleaders are ready. The iron is being forged, and we're here to do what we do. And this page is, I'm loving how this page is coming out. I don't know if I've showed you guys the layout. I know a lot of you guys have seen it in progress, but this is one of those scenes that's right before the final showdown, and it's a really beautiful scene. And I will tell you this, I am really excited because I ordered recently, I found at a reasonable price, which is almost unheard of, the Bernie Wrightson Artifact Edition from IDW. And that has really been a shot in the arm for me in terms of getting inspired. And I mean, I'm always pretty inspired, but it's nice to have something to chase. And those artists who were big influences on me in my formative years, to be able to see their originals is really great. It's really cool stuff. Let's see what the chat is saying. Yes, indeed. Happy happy birthday. I'll translate that. Ooh, today I'm painting. Stephen Rockwood. Awesome. Hey, Cowabunga. How are you doing? Let's see what else we've got here. Hit autocorrect. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Happy birthday to Anna, who's probably lurking right now. Yeah, Anna might be lurking. Let's see here. Happy Halloween as well. Happy Halloween, Julie Pascal. Hale, I can't watch. I have to drive. Please focus on the driving, Julie. We want you safe. We want you safe. It's very important. And yeah, guys, it's great to see all of you. I wonder why. Hold on a second. Let me just check and see how many things I've got open here. Hang on. Every now and again, I will realize I have a few too many things going on. Hold on a second. Let me put notes. There we go. That makes it a little bit easier. I've been doing a lot of work trying to get different things ready for people. I did a what's the word I'm looking for? I did a what's the word? Hang on one second. Let me move a few things here. I did a sort of a cut of a trailer for John Malin that was for keep both. Got it. All right, there we go. That was for John for his cover that he did. Skip Edwards art. Great to see you, Skip Edwards. And let's see who else. And probably good to see you, my friend Anna. Has a live stream going right now. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh Lord. Well, happy birthday, Anna. If you're there, I'm sure it's a great painting stream. I have fun painting with Anna. She's really great with when you get to see her palette and you see the flesh tones and the colors that she uses to mix. It's great stuff. And yeah, it's nice to have somebody else who does traditional media. And this is the thing for me when I was working on this and I was looking at Bernie's stuff today. I was thinking to myself, we're keeping a lot alive here in CG. We really are, and it's one of those things that when we're working and when we're putting this stuff together, I think we need to think about that there's this amazing legacy of comics. There's this amazing legacy of this art form. And as I work and as I'm doing this stuff, I just felt, I don't know, this is some of the best stuff I've ever done. And the thing that I love about Warren Publishing and the thing I love about the EC artists is that they transcended the companies that they worked for. And what's kind of cool to me about CG and kind of cool about what we're doing right now is that we don't have any choice but to transcend what we're doing because we've got no safety net. We've got no safety net when we're doing this stuff. We just work, we're just putting it out there. And we have to make sure that our stuff is great because we don't have some big property propping us up. We have to make our stories. And as I write this story, I'm loving and falling in love with these characters. And I know who they are in these moments, which is something that you can't know until you get that first issue under your belt. And that's the big thing. What do you think happened to true heroism, not just in comics, but it seems to me like our culture is being so dark nowadays. You know what I mean? Yes, I do know what you mean. Absolutely. I'll have a thought on that in a sec. Hold on. The bad good guy syndrome. Absolutely. We got a member in the chat here. Another one in addition to Stephen Rockwood. We've got General Piggy. I tip my hat to you. Thank you for being here, my friend, and liberty indeed, my friend. Liberty indeed. And here's what I would say about that. Here's what I'd say about heroism in general, guys. And something to kind of bear in mind is that heroism is something that everybody has to kind of manifest to the degree that they can in themselves. And what I mean by that is that when you're working and when your action is what you're focused on, you're going to be able to lead by example. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that people have kind of run into is they just don't know how to access that wisdom, that universal wisdom that we have. And I think that the more we put poisonous stuff, or I should say negative stuff, into our brains, the more it feels as though we're not connected to that stuff. And so what the biggest advice I would have for anybody is just make sure you're not getting into that habit of being sucked into the negative nihilistic propaganda. And I think most people, and I just think that's always been the case. There's always been, people who want to say, yeah, but things are really awful. Yeah, but things are this. Yeah, but things are that. And I think it's really, it's amazing to me, but I get more wisdom out of going to the past and looking at the heroes who come before us. Hence, Joseph Campbell, the hero with 1,000 faces, the Power of Myth video series he did with Bill Moyers. That's the stuff that inspires me. And there are little acts of heroism you can experience every single day when you are ready and you're looking for them. The trick is not to condition yourself, which is so hard to break that cycle, to see the negativity out there, because once they've got their hooks in you, once the algorithm or whatever it is figures out that you're susceptible to that drug of negativity and you'll just keep coming back for hits, they've got you. They own you. And so for me, that's the biggest thing I would suggest in terms of it, which is alter your feed. Go through, you can go to your YouTube at any moment. Make sure you're subscribed to all the channels you like, all the channels you're into. But if you nuke your watch history and you get rid of it, you will actually see you get a lot of different things in your feed. And so, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing about it. The purpose of this kind of negative propaganda and this nihilism is to demoralize you, so just keep that stuff out of your head, man. And it's a trick. It's a tough thing to do. I got to be honest with you. A year of focusing on drawing and improving. And my God, the struggle is real as being consistent. You really have been baptized in the profession of being an artist. You absolutely have been. Yeah, it's true. And that is real, man. That is the craziest thing. I remember one of the things I heard that was really inspirational to me. Going through its emo phase. You're absolutely right. Be a hero, not an ass. The more you know. Exactly right. You got to have that hunger for the Stoic philosophers, all of that stuff. But here's something I would definitely say. There is only one healthy time to live in. And I remember hearing this and going, wow, that is some profound, fundamental stuff. And that's in the present. But let me explain what the other places are. If you live in the past, you are depressed. If you live in the future, you are anxious. Like if you keep your mind in the future, that's where you're located. You're going to be anxious. If you're in the present, you're doing things. And the ultimate thing you can do is when you're doing things, when you're choosing, what I'm going to watch, what I'm going to look at, what I'm going to listen to, make sure it's not peddling you with anxiety or depression, and say to yourself, okay, this makes me feel like I want to get to work. This makes me feel like I want to get going. Because at the end of the day, it's the action, that is the healthy mindset. And people say, well, how do you, plan if you're going to not ever be in the future? Planning is done in the present. So whatever it is you're doing today and wherever you're heading today with your work, I want you to think about locating yourself here. And what is up, Admiral? Another member. Great to see you, Admiral. Hail to you, my friend. And I hope you're doing well. Jimmy Reyes Art, it's great to see you. Dang it, I swear when the chat jumps, I miss. Hey, happy Halloween to you and happy Halloween to Admiral. It's great to see you. Yeah, you got to be hungry, like the wolf, as they say, with a little bit of glitter. And this is the other thing about it, right? Is that when it comes to all of that stuff, the reason why I like to paint is, and this is also why I like to watch videos from Townsend's about, blacksmithing and all of the cool stuff that they do over there, whether it's, making pottery or building a log cabin or whatever the stuff they do. The thing I love about those cats is they're doing things. And when you see people doing things, whether it's Anna, that Star Wars girl who's painting right now, again, happy birthday, Anna. But it's one of those things to where it clicks your mind over into a state of thinking about, oh, okay, like I'm in the doing mode now. I'm thinking about things I want to do, things I want to try, things I want to get better at. And that's the stuff that really inspires you. And people have made jokes, and I understand it, about the how we like to watch people work here. But that's a compliment in and of itself, that we like to watch people being productive. You know what I mean? Amen. There's Mike Burns. Hey, what's up, Pops Van Sant? How you doing, brother? Mighty Geek Studios. Who's working the forge today? Absolutely right. Amen. Yeah, you got to get this stuff happening. Yeah, happy Halloween, Art and Times with Jay Ryan. It is great to see you here. Everybody's saying their hellos, which I love to see. Alex, VRB, it's good to see you, my friend. Let me see here. It does what it's told. It puts the... Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Sorry. You just killed me. I will tell you this, man. You guys get me. I had to leave the stream, Shane's launch stream the other day, because after I saw Shane and the watermelon video, I could not stop coughing. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. And yes, let's also say this: another way to be in the present is to laugh, because when you find yourself laughing, you are connected with a moment right now. You know, you're connected in the most purest sense with things, and I love that. I love to laugh, and I love to watch people having a good time. And I love to watch people succeeding. That is a great thing, because I have to be honest. I mean, I have to say that one of the things that you know we all talk about and we learn, you know, as we watch the kind of insanity is that you can the way to really get to understand what motivates people is their reaction to other people's success. And guys, we have had a really great success. Hold on, let me adjust my my light here, and let me adjust my brightness on my screen, because I just realized I can't see what you guys are seeing. Hey, what's up, Vaughn? Happy Halloween, my friend. It's great to see you, brother. How you doing today? This is the thing. Look at all the happy Halloweens here. It's good to see all you cats here. We got 3 members in the chat. Welcome all. Much love. The thing for me is that, you know, you being in the present and keeping yourself focused on this kind of stuff. When I see Bernie Wrightson, God rest him, his artwork, he left a legacy with that work. And I feel very fortunate every day when I get up that I had whatever the thing is, the potential to, you know, the talent, the potential, and the skill, and the discipline to develop this thing right here. And it's taken me a lot of years. But at the end of the day, it's about bringing some beauty into your life. And it's almost impossible to not be motivated, passionate, and hold yourself to a high standard when you're thinking about, I've got to help to bring as much beauty as possible into people's lives, in addition to all the other beauty that I hope you have in your lives. I hope that's what's happening. What is up, Marcus? It is great to see you. I tip my cap to you, my friend. Let's see. I'm usually at work this time of day, but I'm off today. Woo! All right. Excellent, Alex. That's great to hear, my friend. And Blackjack saying the Comicsgate Strong YouTube channel clipped the pumpkin crushing contest. I know, I saw it. It was unbelievable. Yes, and one must float like water. It's a fascinating thing, because when I look at the artists who really inspire me, whether it's Bernie Wrightson, and I've actually got a Frazetta book here that I saw on Aaron's channel open right here on my desk, because I love to put my work next to great work and say, does that hold up, or is that an embarrassment? And I know that might sound a little bit crazy, but I think that when you surround yourself with excellence, whether it's my fellow contemporaries or it's the past, it should, if you get your you know, when your head is in the right space, which it, you know, work always to keep it there, you should look at it and go, wow, people did this. It's only a question of gaining the skills and doing this, and we can change culture for the better. It is not that hard to bring beauty into this world in terms of, well, actually, let me rephrase that. It's easier to tear something down than it is to bring something beautiful into this world. However, it is not about what's going on around you that purely limits your ability to bring beauty into this world. You just have to tell people that's what you're trying to do. Look at Comicsgate. Look at what we're doing with Nosfero. We crossed 32K yesterday, and 32K and some change, you know, a little bit of extra. And what that is about is going and telling people, you know, hey, I'm passionate about beauty. I'm passionate about all this stuff. How about you? That's how people find you. You know, when someone would ask me sometimes, they'd say, excuse me, people would ask me and they would say, how did you get married? Like, what was the secret, you know, to getting married? And I said, I asked girls out directly. I went up to them and I said, hey, do you want to go out on a date? And if they said no, I went, okie doke, next. And I just asked people out, and I asked people out that I was interested in. It didn't do it at random. I just, you know, asked people out. And it's the same thing with art, saying, I'm an artist, telling people I'm an artist, I'm looking. And it's amazing that when people know you're looking, they will give you different feedback. They will give you, they'll be honest with you. Whereas prolonging commitment to getting actual data back is usually what keeps people, holds people back in their career. So, for example, if you go up to an editor at a convention, or you go and show your work to somebody and you say, hey, I just like artwork, and I thought maybe, hey, what's up? 80s Made, how you doing, brother? It's great to see you. This is the thing, right? You go up to people and you say, hey, I'm an artist. Can I get your opinion on my work? They'll give you their opinion on your work. They'll say, hey, I think it's pretty good. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. What do you do? But if you go up to somebody and you show them your work and say, I'm looking for a job being paid for this work, you're going to get a very different answer. And that's the thing that I realized early on, that I stopped showing my work with the, and presenting my work with the attitude of, oh, hey, can you give me a critique? Because that's basically saying, you're not going to get you might get a good critique, but you're not getting the realist critique. But if you walk up to somebody who's a professional and you say, I'm looking for work, they immediately switch gears and they'll say, are you serious? You're looking for work with this? That's a whole different conversation. Or they'll say, man, you got a long way to go before you're getting this kind of work. And that was what I was hungry for. And it took me a while to figure out. So if you go up to somebody and you go, oh, hey, do you want to kind of maybe get some coffee or whatever? It's good luck with that. She's not going to know what the hell you're talking about. She's like, oh, he's a coffee aficionado. Or she knows what you're talking about and she's going to put you off. And my attitude with it is go up to somebody and say, yeah, do you want to go out on a date? Like, do you mean no, like a date? No, you got the no, stop wasting your time and move on. And that attitude will get you places a lot faster than beating around the bush, so to speak. Let us see who all is in here. Good to see you guys. More people. Yeah, I love Halloween. I'm so excited about Halloween too as well. Comicsgate Halloween. Subscribe to 80s Made Consumers YouTube channel. Yeah, links are dropping in the chat. I wouldn't say I was an artist until I was being sought after and paid enough to keep myself afloat. Indeed, it took a while to get there, but worth it. Amen. Yeah. Shane's thought. Oh my gosh. Yeah, beauty is the new punk rock. Yes, it is. And so is optimism, right? Odin's channel, guys, check it out. Check it out. I spent the weekend at an Oddfellows. Cool. Hail and drove to Kentucky and back in less than a day. So I am all Halloween. Excellent. And guys, I do want you to know, people of the chat, I told you guys that my goal for this year, one of my big goals for this year is I always plan to take my son to a haunted house, a crazy big haunted house, like we have many of them up here in New England. And I've not been able to do it. And I want to make sure, if you haven't heard me tell the story yet, I took my son, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, to an awesome haunted place that has 3 haunted houses. And we had a great time. And the reason why I was saying to myself, there's no way I can forget to do this as I go, because I'm going to have to look the chat in the eye and say, guys, remember how I said I was going to do that? I didn't do it. And so I made sure to do it, and we had a blast. It was a memory worth making, man, and it was good stuff. Of course, right? All memories with the kids are like that. But yeah, I think that that's the stuff that really excites me. I love Halloween. I love this season. Although I'll tell you, I'm getting in a Christmas mood this year, which every now and again I'll get into a really big kind of Christmas mood, and I'm feeling that a little bit this year too. And so, yeah, it's good. The holidays are important. Birthdays are important. All of that stuff. Make sure you celebrate them. Make sure however you celebrate them, make sure you do something to celebrate those days, because those are the things that we kind of use as, stopping points, little inflection points in our lives. And every page is one of those. Every backer is one of those. That's the stuff that's great, man. That's the stuff that makes us sort of, be an optimist prime. Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of, all houses in New England are haunted, Vaughn. My brother, they are absolutely haunted. What about real haunted paranormal locations? We got tons of those, man. We got the Lizzie Borden house near us here. So, yeah, back unconditional shove. There you have it right there, guys. Can't wait to take mine to a haunted house. Yeah, they're super cool. If you want real feedback on your work, ask 80s Made. If it sucks, I'll let you know for sure. Cap on head, suit that's red, special night, beard that's white. Must be Santa. That's all I can figure. But it's, you sit here and you think about all of those great and inspirational artists. And I would say this is that when we have the ability to look to people like Bernie Wrightson, when we look at Wally Wood, when we look at even our contemporaries are doing some killer stuff. I sent a message to an email to Ethan. I don't know when it was. I guess it was the other day, maybe. But I sent a message to him, and I basically said, look, man, I was looking at the Scorpion piece. I keep forgetting the name of that character. But I was looking at the Scorpion piece that he posted, and I said, this is next level stuff. Like this is that Bernie Wrightson, Brian Bolland, like crazy, hatching stuff. And, I think it's important to stop sometimes and sort of recognize things, just like when I was looking at Inglorious Rex the other night. Yeah, I do. I live near, not like exactly near, but yes, it is around here. Yeah, I have not toured there yet because it creeps me out. But yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's one of those things to where I think sometimes artists, whenever artists compliment each other, I think sometimes it can be something that we're like, oh, like we appreciate it, but we're kind of like, because we have this built-in sort of self-criticism that we balance with the compliments. But it's like when I was looking at Shane's stuff the other night and I backed his cover for Inglorious Rex. There's something iconic about seeing 232 sitting on the buildings of rubble and having it be a throne. It's just a powerful image. Not that to mention that in the scale of the figure that's in the piece. I'd say it was in the foreground, but it's kind of in the midground because there are some other kaiju on the ground. But that is a fine looking book, guys. That's a fine looking book. Marcus Kellegrew. My sister lives in Sleepy Hollow in New York. Oh, that is first of all, Washington Irving Sleepy Hollow is one of my favorite stories. It's one of my favorite movies, the Sleepy Hollow movie by Tim Burton, and of course, especially the Disney adaptation with Bing Crosby, Sleepy Hollow. I am fascinated. I watch videos of people going through Sleepy Hollow all the time. Cecil went to Sleepy Hollow. Honesty is the best policy. Jimmy gives hugs, not me. Oh my God, you guys can get me coughing. Yeah, hit that like, guys. Make sure it happens. We got 30 people in here. Thanks for being here. Happy Halloween, everybody. We played some Jackbox drawing party games. I drew some really terrible stick figures. Funny enough, though, I find that artists often lose when it comes to those drawing games that are timed, because a lot of times we get into the drawing head trying to make a beautiful drawing, and the people who just go to the most basic stuff communicate the best. So it'll keep you honest in terms of your storytelling when you figure out how to pare things down. And those games will bring it out of you. So yeah, I mean, right now when I'm working on this page, what you've got here is you've got, this really kind of quiet sort of haunting scene with Greylock here. And when I did the layout for this, it sort of has, weirdly, it has a little bit of, with the branch sort of above him, has a little bit of the Mufasa, laying on the ground when Simba sees him. And it just, I know that image is burned into my head because I was, in school, or I was going off to school around that time, and everybody wanted to work as a Disney animator back in the day. And I just thought, oh, that's really funny. But yeah, those iconic images, man, those iconic images. There's like so many Frazettas, haunting my brain, and there's so many, so many Bernie Wrightsons now, Dave Stevens, Todd McFarlane artwork. It's all in there. It all sort of comes out, when I'm doing my work, and just kind of trying to find that beauty, that haunting beauty of a shot like this. What's up, Cranberry Langers? Happy Halloween to you, my friend. Let's see here. That's why 80s we love you. Hail, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. It's great to see you. How the heck are you? Happy Halloween. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I think The Watchmen ruined superheroes. There's a book came out, Everything Has to Be Dark and Edgy. This is the thing, right? That fascinates me about it. Yeah, it's time for us to create new legends that inspire others. I agree 100%. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I know Greylock's true name. Yes, you do, because members know that name. I dropped that in the for the members in the in a members post recently, because I like the idea of, how do I word this? I hope that other platforms do something similar to YouTube, because I do not like the idea of having all of our eggs in one basket. Let me start with that. And I think we'll all build our own stuff at a certain point too. I know the Townsends did that with Townsend's Plus, which I love. I'm a member of Townsend's Plus. But this is the thing. I do like the way that you can have different levels and, have have people who are members in the same place as your channel. You can post artwork. It is very, very useful. At some point, I know that we're going to probably have to build our own. I've heard people talk about this actually, that we may shift very likely back to websites just because of all of the, all of the kind of craziness going on, but also just the shift in, when you have an algorithm that doesn't help you find the stuff you're looking for, but is basically pushing things in front of you that you don't want to see, you want to go back to having some kind of control. And that control that people had in the, what websites they follow and things like that, they might start having a, we might start doing more of like a link tree type thing, but who's to say how that's going to go? But I sort of see that in the future. Let's see. Let me take a look at the chat here. I've been rambling. SJW's killed dark and edgy though. We're past that. Now it's soft and feminine preachy. Yeah, I would say Aviator. Hey, what's up, Aviator Surge? It's good to see you, man. Let's see here. Cowabunga, that's an interesting thought. I like the idea. Less cynicism. Yes, indeed. We need it. We absolutely need less cynicism. Also, I'm sorry, but I clogged the toilet in the members lounge. Hey, listen, it's all right. We've got some fantastic people there. You might be surprised, but the cheerleaders actually also do some plumbing work. It's great. So they'll go in there and they'll check it out. And they don't judge. Those gals are great. God bless them. But this is the thing, right? It's I think that whenever cynicism rears its head, it's because we need a new vision. Like the line about why not to have hope, why not to believe, what's the point? What's the point is the oldest statement in the book. And it's a dead end. It's the oldest statement that mankind has ever had to demotivate humanity. And I will be the first to say that you've got to have a good answer to that. Oh, thank you, Cranberry Langers. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, to me, cynicism equals unqualified criticism. Well, critical culture, which we should talk about. I didn't see that post. Yeah, I knew you'd love it, man. You dig it the most, as they say. Yeah, CG build back better indeed. And this is the thing, man, and I can't overstate this, guys, is that you have to have an answer. You have to have an answer to this question, which is the first question of all questions is, when it comes to this whole life thing that we're currently engaged in, are you in or are you out? That's it. If you don't have the answer to that, are you in or are you out, and you're half playing the game, you got to be all in on life. And Joseph Campbell kind of got me thinking about this in whatever it has, all its horror, all its setbacks, all the things that are imperfect about the experience. It doesn't matter. Are you in or are you out? That's it. Then the next thing people have, which is you have to have an answer to the question of what's the point? What is the point? And the biggest thing I would say is that whole life thing is the start of that question to what's the point. The first answer has to be because I'm all in on this life thing, because I think that life is important. I think that beauty is important. I think that that friendship is important. I think that life is important, and I think that that creativity is important and passion is important. And when you start getting that stuff sorted in your head, everything you're confronted by, that question is always there, whether you acknowledge it or not. What is the point? What is the point? And I think that that's really the big thing to me, which is, you can tell when people know what the point is. The point could be a million and one things. It could be, oh, it's my pets. Oh, it's my friends. Oh, it's the house. Oh, it's my discipline. And I mean, like, if you're a plumber and you get up every morning and you are, and you're thinking about your craft, or you're a contractor, or you're driving trucks, whatever it is, you say, I'm doing this, I'm helping, I'm a part of the living, breathing organism that is life. And that is great. And it's not about always trying to find a meaning, as Joseph Campbell, again, to paraphrase, would say. It's about having an experience of being alive, of being alive, I mean. And you can be kind to somebody when you go and get your food at the McDonald's, or you go to the grocery store, wherever you do your thing. You can be kind, and you can be not only be an example of positivity, but you can be an advocate of positivity and creativity. And that's the thing I love, man. I think I love it because those timeless stories, as Vaughn says in the chat, they're important on so many levels. One of the biggest way they're important is that they are guideposts and examples for us to follow and look at, which is if you look at great people and you think about how, what are the things you admire about them? Everybody should have a bunch of people who they think about, that they go, wow, what do I admire about that person? And yeah, instead of reducing people down to their flaws, reduce people that you admire down to the things that that are successful about them, that you do admire. That's big. That's a big part of it, because too often we look, the way that critical theory works is you take a civilization even, but you take people in particular, and you say, what about this thing is flawed, and let's focus on it. And it doesn't mean going through the world with rose-colored glasses. But what it does mean is looking at those traits and separating things. Like, I love Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture. I'm not a huge fan of his fathering work. But that's not the point. That's not what I'm trying to learn from him. I'm trying to learn about aesthetics. And I may not ever rise to that level that he rose to in terms of his understanding of art and architecture and all that stuff. So I have to kind of give credit where credit's due, but I should be inspired by it. And so that's the biggest thing I would say, is that when you lose that ability to list and name off the things that you're inspired by about people, that's when they've got you. That's when they got you, and you're striving and you're focused on the negativity. Yeah, see you at work, Denzel Washington. Amen. Yeah. Absolutely right. Creativity is important. Like comedy lifts the veil of another reason why it's attacked. Absolutely. Yeah. Creativity is the closest thing to being godlike for humans, in my opinion. Well, love, but that's too obvious. Yeah, for me, that's another thing too, man. Oh, thank you, Mighty Magic. I do appreciate that. Much love. Tip my cap to you, my friend. Yeah, like Ted Danson. Absolutely, absolutely right, man. How many times can we watch a movie, read a book, and listen to music without nothing but say this? Yeah, well, here's the thing too. Here's another aspect of that, guys, is that people who celebrate success and excellence are fundamentally different than people who tear it down. And I will say it is easy. How do I word it? It's easy to spot them. So like, a huge pothole in the road when you're going 10 miles per hour. The thing to remember is you can steer clear of it. And so I always say that how do I word it? That it's wrong to think that, how do I word it? It's wrong. That's kind of a bold. I guess, what the hell, man? Say it, and then you guys are adults. You can agree or disagree depending. But it's not effective, at least in my opinion, to either, what's the word I'm looking for? To spend too much of your time focusing on things that you know to be negative and antithetical to what you believe in, your highest virtues. And you've got to have at least as many things that you're looking at, if not way more, that are calling, forth your better qualities, and the things that are important to you. And I think for me, one of the things that sort of come out of this entire process is it's taking time to make sure, every day I try to make sure I take time to pray. I try to make sure I take time to kind of center myself, to look at the things that inspire me, and to think about the things that inspire me, and realize that those things that I love and I'm passionate about, those are my fuel. Those are the things that keep me going. And so is that humility of like, I'm fortunate to be alive. I'm fortunate to be here. I'm fortunate to be with all of you guys on this fine day. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Yeah. Take care, Cranberry. We'll see you soon. Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, there you go. Absolutely right. I would say that it's one of those things, and happy Halloween, my friend. Absolutely. Oh gosh, that's tough to say. I would say this, as far as this stuff, I think of it more as civics, right? In terms of what we do here, which is what we are is to an attempt to operate. I should say we're more than an attempt. We're doing it. In Comicsgate, we operate as if the rights that we are guaranteed, um, and that we are, or should say, not guaranteed, the rights that are acknowledged in the United States. They are a fact, and we operate as if we have them. So we have a right to create. We have a right to rise as high as our talent takes us, and so in that sort of sense, we depend on the existence of that acknowledgement and fortunately being here in order to do it. But I couldn't speak for us as a group because different people probably have a different take on it. But for me, I know that's the biggest thing for me is the freedom to create excellence and the freedom to profit by it. And so, yeah, it's a fascinating thing I could think about. That's a good question, man. Maybe I'm maybe when I'm in painting mode, my brain is just operating slower. But yeah, I could think about that all day. But again, I just come back to the same thing I was saying before, which is, what is am I all in or am I all out when it comes to making work? Am I all in or am I all out when it comes to, I see what I'm doing right now as a responsibility that I have, a civic responsibility, as weird as that may sound, that other artists around the world do not have the ability to express themselves like this and to do this and to have an audience. I'm standing on the shoulder of people who built technology to allow us to be together today, people who innovated and artists who created great things. I'm standing on the shoulders of so many giants. And for me, what I'm doing here is about acknowledging that with the quality of my work. That's a big one. Happy Halloween, Amanda B. Great to see you. Kenneth Jordan. Hi, Sean. And hi to you, Kenneth. How are you doing? A wonderful 65-degree day for Halloween. Yeah, today is indeed a blessing. It is. Absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, think about that for a second, number one spot on Saturday. I'll have to hear more about that. Congratulations as well. Feel free to fill me in. But I do think that I'll tell you this. I had another wonderful chance encounter the other day. So I know you guys have probably heard the story. I've told it a bunch of times just because it really affected me. But of the painting I did for that soldier who was killed in Afghanistan, for Sergeant Andrew McKenna. And one of the things that was interesting to me, or one of the things that just blows my mind about that is that I went out to dinner. My wife and I went out to dinner, and of all the things, the McKennas were sitting. His parents were sitting at the table next to us. So I don't like to interrupt people when they're eating because I could do that as like I'm from the South, so I can be like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Oh, and then it's like, "Oh crap," they're out on a date, and I'm like making them have to talk to me. But after we got to a certain point in the meal and they were wrapping up, I said hello, and of course then we got into a lengthy conversation. And it's just one of those beautiful chance meetings. And she said, "I know you painted my son," and I said, "Yes, I did. Yes, ma'am." And and it was just a beautiful moment of these chance encounters that you can make happen with people. And oh, very cool. Oh, nice. You got number one. Congratulations, indeed. And that kind of thing is just this is the beauty that's accessible to us. These are the moments that are accessible to us every single day. And I found that you're going to meet a lot of people in this world for whom kind acts are not forgotten. And let's not all fixate on or think about like, oh, I can think of people who, didn't care. I mean, I go there too, guys. I can think about all these people who have forgotten kind things. Think about the people who haven't. Because in thinking about the people who haven't, you're either going to find there are people who haven't around you, or you're going to want to find some real quick. And if you want to know why I'm, one of the reasons I'm in CG and one of the reasons I left the space I was in, was because I realized I wasn't around the kind of people that I wanted to be around. And it made no sense for me to stick around and be angry. Todd McFarlane had this great quote that he said way, in his early in his career, now that spans several decades, where he said, don't blame the grocery store if you keep going to, because you hate broccoli and you keep going there and buying it, stop buying broccoli. And I thought, wow, that's kind of where I'm at with this stuff. Like I'm blaming, and I'm stuck in this rut of being angry that by my own choices. I have a choice to leave, and I'm fortunate to have such a choice. You got 31 people in here. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. Much appreciated. Congrats again on numero uno. Howdy, everybody saying howdy. Hello, Kenneth. Hello, Art and Times of J. Ryan. Honda Civic, with great power comes great responsibility. Indeed, Honda Civics are great. That was my wife's first car. Nosfero is going to have publishers bugging you. That's right. As long as they're cool with me being CG for life, that won't be a problem, but that's the way it is. Laugh out loud. I'm eating broccoli right now. See, that's the thing. You love that broccoli. Dig into it, my friend. Blessings of broccoli upon you, MC. And happy Halloween. Good to see you. Enrique Cabrera. CG is the hammer of the people, the spear of the customer, the sword and wrath of the fans, bane of the social justice warriors. In art, CG, be true. In service, CG, until the end of time. Absolutely. Yeah, guys. I mean, it's not rocket science, in certain senses. It's you have to know, how do I put it? You really have to figure out, as Carl Jung did before, when he created the Red Book and other things like that, what is, and Joseph Campbell again highlighted in The Power of Myth, what is the myth that you're living by? What is the myth that, and I mean that in the sense, the big system or belief, and you can be, if you're religious and you're Christian, that's it. If you're Jewish and that's your religion, that's it. But even bigger than that, in every single religion, there's people who are going to interpret it different ways. And do you believe in the humanity's beauty? Do you believe in the power of art or not? And do you believe in the power of people to make a difference by conducting themselves and leading by example or not? And again, it doesn't mean that you have to be a prude. It doesn't mean that you have to be a Solomon Kane-esque Puritan. What it does mean is, where are you getting your power from? Are you getting your power from your anger and your resentment? Because we all know, resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Or are you getting your power from inspiration and optimism, and not even optimism, passion, and knowing why you're getting up in the morning? And you can always find a reason if you take the time to sit down and look for one. And that's where you're going to get all of your power from. That's what's going to get you out of bed. That's what's going to make you passionate. You know what I mean? And for me, Nosfero is, I know exactly why I'm doing this book. I know exactly, what this is about on a bigger level. And, what is that expression? A why can sustain, why can sustain the search for any how. And I think that's true. And I have a why. I know why I'm doing this. And have a why when you get up in the morning. Have a reason that you have identified that is your why. It's not something that's external. You have to know what drives you and what you're passionate about. Oh man, I've let the chat go too long. Hey, what's up, Sean Fair? Good to see you. Hello, my friend. It's great to see you here. Yeah, how great thou art. Indeed. Absolutely awesome one. Great to see you, awesome one. I hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween, my friend. Look at all you fine people here this morning. It's 33 people. Make sure you like and make sure you're subscribed, and they haven't unsubscribed. You know how the algorithm works. It's just ridiculous how it works. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Look at this. Look at all the love in the chat. Look at all this stuff, man. It's beautiful stuff. It's a beautiful day. It's beautiful stuff. Again, congratulations to Shane on an incredible launch for Inglorious Rex 2. Happy birthday to Anna, that Star Wars girl. Much love. And I hope you're having a good one. Love to all of your people. And have a great day with Peaches and the fam. And enjoy it. You certainly work hard enough to have earned it. And and I will say this, not that someone has to earn celebrating their birthday by any stretch, but if one does that kind of mental gymnastics, then no, the answer is assured. But yeah, I mean, I love this stuff. I was watching, this is another thing too. Like when I look at someone like Shane Davis, who loves kaiju, loves fighting, loves all the stuff that I'm passionate about, but that's not the, loves being a dad. I look at that kind of stuff and I think, it's great to see his artwork just going through these big jumps, and seeing it evolve. I think we all kind of we can look to that and get inspired about things, because nobody knows when they go down this road of being an independent creator. They don't know how it's going to go, and they don't know exactly how it all works. It's the ultimate leap of faith. And as you guys catch us, and as you guys support us and inspire us to keep doing the best work of our careers, that's huge, man. That's gold, and we thank you for that so much. Yeah, later, Kenneth Jordan, take care and have a good one. Happy Halloween. Absolutely, we will stay spooky, indeed. Let's see here. Unconditional Shove, never heard of it. It says 80s made. You should remember that book, whatever it's called. Oh my God. Yo, Odin, shared your book with a fellow streamer. Excellent. There you go. Happy Halloween to you too, Alex. And that's right. Absolutely, guys. Awesome one. Very much appreciated, my man. Yeah, I mean, guys, think about this for a second. These are the great times, man. These are the great times, what we're in right now. And it's kind of crazy, because when I think about, these kinds of things with all my college buddies, we talk about the quote unquote, the good old days, and we reminisce. They aren't when we had our careers. They weren't when everything was going perfect. They were oftentimes when we were just struggling to try to figure out what the hell we were doing, when we were making, oh my gosh, I can't believe I showed that work to that person, and they looked at it and were like, this is crap. We look at all of that stuff, and that's the problem with the good times. You're so busy doing as opposed to thinking during those good times, and that should sort of that you almost don't notice you're in them, and that should tell you, be a really good reminder or inspiration for how you get to those good times, which is make sure you're doing and not thinking too much. It's like think once to plan. Think once to plan. Like, what is the life that I want to live? What are the things that are important to me? What is it that I want to do? And try to see outside of, the time period that you're in. You know what I mean? It's a crazy thing. I was out with to dinner with the missus, and we had this conversation. I said, what's sort of funny is people worrying about things like where they're going to college is a relatively new phenomenon. I'm not saying everybody does, but thinking about those kinds of things. Almost everybody, the majority of people, for many, many years, they were thinking about how, marriage and meeting the person. I guess I'm kind of weird in that way, because I never stopped seeing that as the focus when I was younger. But it's a very funny thing, because one of those is nebulous, and I don't know if it, is the primary thing. But stopping and asking yourself a question like, what are the kinds of people that I want to be around? What inspires me? What drives me? I mean, isn't that the stuff that's worth thinking about? What am I going to do to celebrate Halloween, or celebrate the fall, or celebrate whatever it is that you're into? Think of someone important that you want to celebrate today, and celebrate them. And if it's yourself, if you're saying to yourself, I need to just sort of say, hey, let me do something nice for myself today. Do it. And if there's somebody that, especially if you suck at it, like if every day is a me party, then, maybe do some contemplation there. But I would say this is that if there's somebody that you want to say, out and about, and that's why I never people think I'm positive, which is great. I'm glad, I think, as long as they don't think I'm nice, because I think that's condescending when people say that. And I think if people think that, then that's something I got to do something about. But it's actually an act of incredible strength for a honest person who's centered in themselves to take a little bit of time to send an email to a creator or a friend or somebody, or a message to say, hey, man, I think that thing you're doing is great. I think that is something that you're never, my life wouldn't be the same if you weren't in it. That's the kind of stuff you can do every single day. So going back to what we were talking about with heroism, tell me that isn't something heroic to do with your day. Contact a teacher that you had when you were in elementary school or kindergarten, if you know where to find him, or you know how to get a message to him, and say, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for being such a great teacher. That never, ever is going to be something that people hate. You know what I mean? And yeah, share the link and the like. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good time. Yeah, that's right. Odin, Will Smith, and I'm showing up. God, I'm going to celebrate the dark one. Yeah, sure happens. It happens. It's got to happen every now and again. Goes married as a teen. Oh, wow, there you go. It was internet and entertainment scale today. Marriage and family with the purpose of entertainment. Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing thing. Yeah, I'm so nice. Thank you, Stephen Rockwood. You can say that because you're a channel member. Always, actually, you can say it because it's a free country. Thank God. Let's keep it that way. But this is the thing. Why this is a crazy thing to me about all this stuff, which is when you take a few seconds, and not to sort of be overly, whatever about it, but you really sincerely sit down and go, what are things that are important to me? What are the attitudes and ideas that speak to me? And what are things that I remember? Like, for example, I know you guys know this, but, or maybe you don't, maybe I haven't gone into it enough. I was a massive Star Wars fan. Those movies changed my life. And I love George Lucas's Star Wars, obviously, for like, that's for me. I mean, like, not obvious to outsiders, but obvious to me. I love George Lucas's Star Wars. I love George Lucas's filmmaking. I love THX 1138, a big fan of his. And every now and again, I'll sit back and say, I got so, kind of stuck into the frustration of all of the stupid, craziness that happened there, that without even realizing it, it's like retroactively it went back and erased this part of me that's really important, which is still exists, these movies and these experiences and these memories that are great. And I thought I should, watch a clip of something that I love from that, or I should watch a little bit of that today and remind myself of and reconnect with that center that I love about all that stuff. And I just think that's so important to do, guys. I finally get to sit down and look at the beautiful painting. Yay. Oh, that's great to hear, Julie. Apex Comics, great to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad. It's going to be, you're going to love that book, guys. It's going to be beautiful, man. All these boomers would be visiting in graveyards. That's true, right? Far be it for me to limit your free speech, AD consumer. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's, I'll tell you another thing. I love Halloween. Absolutely love it. It puts me in a good mood. I love going to haunted houses. And maybe that's a bigger part of what I did this year by taking my son to a haunted house. It was reminding me and connecting me back with that like joy of doing something wonderful with a kid that you love. It's like, I love my son and daughter. They're amazing kids. I'm so proud of them. And I'm just so glad to be their dad. And I thought, to myself, like, it was something, to be honest. He was really excited about it, but I will tell you this, you do it for yourself in so many funny ways. Like, if that sounds kind of nuts, let me explain. Sometimes it's hard to do stuff for yourself when you're a parent. And some of those things that can be tough to do for yourself are things that you do for yourself that you do for your kids. I know that sounds crazy, but it can happen. And I really I'm glad that I was able to go and do that and have a great time, because it just reminded me there's stuff that you think about. Oh, when I'm a parent, I want to make sure I do this. Oh, I want to make sure I enjoy this experience. That when the time comes, because everything's always, coming at you fast, life moves pretty fast, as they say, as Ferris Bueller once said. You forget to stop and look at it and then take in a day. And that was a great experience to do that. And Halloween is fun, man. It's like, find a way to celebrate it, find a way to do something really enjoyable. If you're into it, if you're not, find something that you want to do. What's up, the Groomsman? Great to see you. Happy Halloween to you. You dressed up like an old man. Nice. Me too. Yeah, I am actually. I'm actually dressed up like an old man, without a doubt. It's great to see you, the Groomsman, in the chat. That's right. Let's see here. Backvic King's Beowar, Blood of Cathal. Sorry, my glasses just fell down. I just realized that. Best haunted house I ever went to was an old bowling alley converted into a maze of horrors by some teenagers, and it was done right and with the passion, and they chased us into the parking lot. I love that stuff. Yeah, I had a great Halloween haunted house that was in a cave in Chattanooga. It was crazy. Like, it was actually in a legit cave. Everybody's saying hello to the Groomsman, and hello, my friend. It's great to see you. I was thinking about you today, actually, or last night, but I guess it was today. Technically, because I was, up at 2 a.m. But it's a crazy thing, because, life really is amazing, and there's so much cool stuff going on out there, and know what you think and know where you get your fuel from. And I get my fuel from passionate, crazy, creative, lunatics. And I find that CG has got more than its share. And that's the fun thing about it. You know what I mean? It's like you get to sort of, you get to a certain point, and you're fortunate enough to where hopefully you can sit back and sort of say, hey, this isn't the stuff. Like, this is the stuff I'm into. This is the stuff I love. Funny enough, with the groomsmen in the chat, I will say this. I remember where I was. I think he bought a copy of it. I can't remember if he bought a copy of it or if I got him a copy of it or if I got a copy of it. I think he bought his own copy, but we got this really cool art book together around the same time when I was out visiting the West Coast. I think my kids were 2 at that point. And it was The Art of Kung Fu Panda, the first book. And it had all these amazing concept drawings by Nico Marley. And we would have conversations about that book and how cool it is. And actually, we still do that because I got the art of the Todd McFarlane Artist Edition, Spider-Man Artist Edition they released, and he was telling me about it. Oh, I got this. It's great. And I thought, man, I got to get that. Sharing things like that is the stuff you don't want to miss out on in your life. Hail, Leg Kick One. It's great to see you, my friend. How you doing? Look, we got members in the chat. We've got Admiral Wackass in here, which is so great to see, guys. We've got Stephen Rockwood was in here, of course, and we've got General Piggy who was in here earlier. You guys are the best. It's great to see you. I hope that one day Sean thinks of me at 2 a.m. I often do. You just don't know it. Art and Times of Jay Ryan. I do all the time, But, I mean, that's kind of the way it is. I mean, how could I not think of you? I'm outside of your house looking through the window. Happy Halloween. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. I'm glad to hear it. I think we both got it. One of the best art books because of Marley's genius. Yeah, he's an absolute legit genius. He does great work. And he just did copious amounts of work for that book. It was crazy. What's up, Jasper Plan 9? How you doing? The heart wants what it wants, like Kick One. It's great to see you, Jasper Plan 9. How are you doing? I feel like Ethan did that. Didn't he look at Plan 9 from Outer Space on his channel? Didn't they do a live thing of it? I feel like they did, but I could be wrong. But I will tell you this, guys. I know that Cyberfrog is in production right now. Cyberfrog 2 is in production. Same with those figures, guys. Check out that dang electric blue Cyberfrog figure. I freaking love that color pattern form. But I cannot wait to get the second issue of Cyberfrog, because the pages I was seeing the other day when Shane was showing some Inglorious stuff, it's just killer, man. It's absolutely killer. And Scorpion, like one of the things I like about Ethan in terms of Cyberfrog, and I think is a cool opportunity for Cyberfrog, is he got to kind of go back in like Todd did with Spawn and kind of reinvent the character and make it not as much of a joke, you know what I mean? Or just to say, made it actually quite serious. But yet he kept the quirky kind of insanity of those characters. So he's taken another run at them. And you see Scorpion and you're like, holy cow, this is like Aliens level stuff, man. I'm playing hooky to watch the Halloween franchise with my wife today. Excellent, Jasper Plan 9. Now that is great. I love hearing that, man. Don't want to make Sean the stalker. Trust me. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, you guys are killing me, man. Gotta go. Gotta get some family time. Have a great stream. Take care, 80s mate, and love to the family. Give your family my best, and you guys have fun trick or treating tonight if you go out. Okay, take care, brother. Let's see here. Peace, 80s made. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be trick or treating. I should probably bring my own bucket. See how much candy I can get. Absolutely right, man. Or pillowcase. You can always bring that. Do you think I'll get a copy of Cyberfrog before the end of the year, or is it really early next year? Don't know. I can't speak to that. I feel like he was talking about that the printer has an ETA of November, but I think that I will say these are mad times right now in that sense, and I think that we kind of can't really know until the printers tell us. I can tell you guys when how the art's going and things like that, but when it comes to the printers and all of that stuff, I think that it really is, they're letting us know what's going on because, I'll give you a really good example. When I did a printing of one of the books, and this was, I forget what year it was. And because of the supply chain stuff, they said to me they couldn't get this paper anymore that they used, and they had one that was pretty much an approximation of it. And I was like, okay, well then you've got to run a print of this and send it to me, because I have to look at it. And it was great. It was great paper, but that's the first time that's ever happened where people are, the paper shortages, and it is wild. I'm probably the only one here who doesn't like scary movies. I'll kick the monsters butt movies. Oh, I like to kick the monsters butt movies. Hey, listen, I'm actually get scared easy, man. I can't wait for that book. I would love. There's always the parent tax when you take them trick-or-treating. That's right, my poor FE tax express kids. That's right, 30% of your candy. That's how it's got to work. But I will say this. How do I word it? The one thing I want to see before my time is up on this planet. One of the many things I want to see my kids get married, obviously, and things like that. But I would love to see. I would love to see a large format edition of Cyberfrog, because that's a book that I think has to be printed larger. I think a little bit more like the European style books, because the detail in that book on the first issue is too good. It's not drawn. Yes, I mean it's not like this is Ethan's first rodeo, but when you see the artwork, I can't wait to get that Bernie Wrightson artist edition. I ordered it, and they say it's coming today, but I doubt it. But when you see that stuff, it's night and day difference seeing it up close and seeing it zoomed in. When I did a little kind of almost like a Halloween-esque trailer for John Malin. What was like, for his cover for Graveyard Shift Omega Storm, and zooming in on Malin's stuff when he sends you a high res of it is holy cow. I mean, that is sick. That guy's stuff is great, man. And of course, he's doing the work of his career right now, like everybody in CG. We're just doing the best stuff we've ever done, because that's really the only rule that I think we have, is do your best work, period, and make it great. Yeah, there's always child tax, right? Yo, what's up, Anthony Gonzalez Clark? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Happy Halloween. I'm not worried about it either way. Yeah, I know, Ethan. Of course. Yeah. I know you're not worried about it, but yeah, we're excited though, too. I mean, listen, when people are asking me, it's like, how's progress going? I always see it as they're excited. What a great thing that people are excited. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to close my mouth there. Yeah. Oh, I'm a wrench. Yeah, that's right. You are a wrench. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Writes in, yeah, there you go. Congrats. Writes in artist. Let me just adjust my glasses. Artist edition sounds awesome. Getting the EC covers artist edition will be here soon. Excellent. Yeah, that I have the Wally Wood artist edition. Holy cow, is that book beautiful, man? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's great. I don't mind scary movies, Julie, but I don't like watching them alone. Yes, either that or middle of the day for my brain to quit overthinking it. Yeah, I will tell you this. My wife is funny. She's she can watch horror movies and not even remotely get freaked out by them, but I will absolutely get freaked out by them in the best sense. And so, yeah, I don't know. She's just cold-blooded, I guess. What can you say? Like, holy cow, man. Yeah, she's a character. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I think sometimes scary movies, for people who are just restless or, in a weird sort of mode, I think watching scary movies is a great thing to do before you go to sleep. Now, hear me out. The reason why I think that's the case is because a lot of the anxiety dreams and things, stresses people have in their dreams is your body trying to, your neurobiology trying to work out stresses that you have and manifest them as, scary metaphors. And sometimes you exercise that by seeing something really scary. It exercises it, and maybe you have trouble getting to sleep, but you won't have nearly as much trouble once you get to sleep. And that's an interesting. I mean, maybe that's not true for everybody, but I find that I've seen it happen with people. Watching scary movies can sometimes shake you out of that subconscious turmoil by putting it on screen for you. And so, yeah, that's what the good stuff does, man. That's what the good stuff does. The groomsmen. Oh, no, yeah. Also prep for Wall. Yes. Oh, the Wall. Oh no, they're not doing a Kevin Nolan artist edition. Listen, groomsmen. When are they going to get that Bernie Wrightson Frankenstein artist edition out? Let's get that happening, man. I get nightmares from Walt Disney movies. My overthinking is also let's look at. Yeah, I used to get freaked out by the Headless Horseman one cartoon. My Richie Rich neighbors is like Mardi Gras on Halloween. All the surrounding neighborhoods come here for candy. Oh, that's awesome. That's so great. Kevin Nolan would be badass. Yeah, his inking is incredible. I got an EC artist edition from my grandpa's estate. Oh wow, my goodness. Yeah, that's a beautiful book. That's a beautiful book. And rest in peace for your grandfather there. I have no problem with scary movies. Yeah, it's funny how that works. My favorite kind of movies, my favorite kind of horror, and you probably see this when Vaughn and I do was it Waffle Lodge of Horror, which the Waffle Lodge is still alive over there, guys. So don't worry. We still have the Waffle Lodge. And it may very well come back here from time to time. I just needed to we're in this weird point right now where I'm trying to streamline for all of the folks who are discovering what we're doing, them understanding what we're doing and why we get our jokes. They're kind of like, so is it about waffles? Like, it's like, and you just want to make it as easy as you possibly can, for fans to come in and back all these books, but also just to find out we're here. I mean, imagine this, right? It's, you've got all these people who are just as hungry as we were for cool entertainment, but if I think about it, and I know he's with the fam right now, but we'll talk about him behind his back then. Would I have found 80s Made Consumer if he wasn't talking about Bancroft's The Lucent, and if his channel wasn't called 80s Made Consumer? It summed it up for me, man. It's like, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's an addiction. Yeah, pumping it. You talk about artist editions? Yeah, man. Congratulations on the EC Artist Edition. Hey, what's up, Michael? How you doing? I've fallen asleep with The Walking Dead playing on the TV. My dreams are forced into playing along with the show dialogue. I had my own personal version of the show playing in my dream. Horrifying. Or maybe that's not a good idea. That might give you bad, crazy dreams. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, yo, Michael, it's good to see you, my friend. And welcome. Happy Halloween to you. Happy Halloween to all in the chat. If I have not said happy Halloween to you yet, let me do so now. But yeah, I mean, I love it all, guys. Like, I love books. I love art. I love movies. When Vaughn and I were doing the last Waffle Lodge of Horror that we did, one of the things that was cool about it is when I was doing screen caps, high resolution screen caps of Twins of Evil, I ended up with, in order to show it, a PDF of frames from Twins of Evil. And even though I've seen that movie a ton of times, and I pause it and use it for reference all the time to get that Hammer horror kind of aesthetic, I had just the act of doing that gave me this like pile of photo reference that I can use of, catacombs with skulls in the wall and all that kind of stuff. And it really inspired the hell out of me. So it's like taking time to kind of look at something anew. Now I've got a great reproduction of Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein. I've got his artist edition Muck Monster portfolio, but I've never had a pile of his sequential artwork to go through like I will with this. And I think Bernie Wrightson at this stage of what I'm doing is probably going to become one of my biggest influences right now, because the way he breaks panels down sometimes, and the way that he gets into the minutia of, gnarled wood and creepy trees. That's the stuff I love, man. I love it about Hammer horror, and I love it about comics. So we got 31 people in here. Make sure you do hit the like. Timmy Mello, what's up now? Is probably a good time as ever to present my Pixel Trick PFP on the Halloween theme. That's right, man. Let's see here. Nosfero, the perfect gift for horror. Yeah, guys, I love the stuff I'm doing in this book. Lines of dialogue, all of it. You guys are going to love this thing. It's going to be beautiful. People have been inspired by doing that, Michael. Yeah, and I'll say this too, guys. When this book comes out and you see it all together, right? And when other people see it all together, it is going to snap people back to that Warren Publishing era of creativity. I think you're seeing that already in CG, but because people don't know me in this space, because, I'm sort of, so what I'm looking for here, because I've always worked in things like concept art and in teaching, people are going to kind of they don't know when they see my stuff. They're like, who the heck is this guy? Where did this guy come from? The same thing happened on Instagram. So I just think the impact of this book is going to be really cool for you guys to see. Those of you guys who've been with me and are with me during the making of it, and know how, how much I put into it and all that kind of stuff, I think you guys are going to sit back and have a chuckle when you see people going, oh man, how do I get a copy of that? It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. And that's honestly, man, I love that. I love that you guys are here for all of this. And it's been really frustrating for me to not be streaming as much as I want to do. But I've had, whenever I'm in a mode where I'm in the writing mode, that's the one thing I can't do. I cannot write and talk. It's a shocker, right? I can't when the dialogue is coming to me and the story is starting to come together. That's one thing I've definitely beyond my abilities and my capacities. Let's see what we got here. Shanth, as long as it's scarier than Marvel's Midnight Suns, I can guarantee it's going to be pretty damn good in that way. You can pre-order the things from Another World. Just saying. Oh, really? Which one? Nolan or which one? Hey, Admiral, I've been doing that. Michael, absolutely. People have been inspired by doing that. Yes, indeed. Twins of Evil is great. It came out during Hammer's sleaze period. Yeah, it is, and it's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's like Chick-fil-A. If you get Chick-fil-A at like 2 in the morning, it's like that kind of thing. Maybe it's Walmart pie. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird. Shanth. I just read my name wrong. Now, that is a sign of the apocalypse, guys. I just read my own name wrong, which is why I never judge. Let me be clear. Shanth can't talk and talk either. Writing needs focus and attention. That it does. Yeah, I see. That is why I always am patient when people mispronounce my name. Shanth is not what it looks like, and I oftentimes will read it wrong. That cracks me up. That made my day. Oh man, I don't want to get in a coughing fit, man. Got to work on that. Holy mackerel! But yeah, we had some fun last night, man. If you're at this stage of the game and you don't genuinely enjoy, especially here in CG, if you don't genuinely enjoy seeing success of really good people like Shane and Yanzi and people like Anna, that Star Wars girl, and seeing all of the cool progress she's made with her artwork and with her career. I mean, she's been on YouTube forever, and she is like so much younger, than most of the people that I know on YouTube. And you got to have a good head on your shoulders to navigate all this stuff. And you got to have your, what together. And I think she certainly does. And I think that it's like seeing, I don't know, it's like I see all these different people at different stages of their lives. And it's great to see them having a good time and seeing them have success. I mean, I think about Shane and Yanzi and being new parents. I remember those days, being at the sort of tail end of that, of the parenting experience. It's beautiful to see other people having that experience and getting a house and all that cool stuff. So much love. Holy cow. Hunch the Dirty Roofer comes in here, drops a 5. Hey, Sean, I've mentioned them before. Prairie Fine Art Company just dropped some sick new paintings this month. You got to check out the Jedburgh homage. I absolutely will. Holy cow. Thank you, Hunch the Dirty Roofer. Uh-oh, it's going to be an avalanche now, but here you go. Here you go. Here are your cheerleaders. Or cheerleader, I should say. Charge! Thank you, Hunch. Much appreciated. Absolutely, yes. Happy birthday to Anna. Indeed. Yes. Yes, Nolan. It's officially called Kevin Nolan's Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. So I guess it's going to have the Moon Knight stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and that was a fun one, man. The cheerleader doing that frame by frame and getting a new background on it was a lot of fun because I actually wanted to, I loved, when I was a kid, I loved theme park design. And I had a book on theme park design for a while. And of course I have an Imagineering book because I love that stuff. And I always thought, wow, when you have a YouTube show, you can really make it something cool that people come into. And you guys know that from the Comicsgate Kings intro I did, and then the individual intros I do whenever I get a moment or an idea, which is a big part of it. When you guys see those, a huge part of it is trying to think about people coming into a show and having experience. And funny enough, it's the same thing when I do work on trailers. It's trying to get people to come in and sort of have an experience with it. And that was what I was doing when I was working on the mail-in trailer. Which, if anybody wants to see that, maybe I'll upload that just so I have it here. It's a horror sort of trailer. So I'll have to see if I can upload that. Hang on a second here. But I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see here. Add video clip. Let's see if this doesn't crash everything. Because you never know. Okay. Let me open that. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're giving it a shot. If anybody wants to see it, put some ones in the chat. We'll do it. Statistical Zero, how are you doing? Happy Halloween. Listening as I get some sketch cards done. Excellent. Statistical Zero. Yes, sketch cards. The grind is real. The grind don't stop, as you guys are so fond of saying. And I'm now adopting and stealing. I saw it. Gumby whacked Pokey in the funhouse with spiked margarita. That's right. You mean it's not Sean and Jetty? Well, only when I would go to Chili's or order pizza. It's always Sean and Jetty with that, man. Absolutely. Statistical Zero. Yeah, let me know. Drop some ones in the chat if you guys want to see the trailer I did. It's got I did one that has like a horror movie opening, and then like of the sequence that you know from the trailer, and then I did another version of it. Or sorry, and then it cuts to about the mail-in cover. And but I did one version without that. That's just the mail-in cover, and the part of that video. So it was fun to do. But I love doing sound and all that kind of stuff. It's fun. Sound design. You want to bring people into this world. Okay, 4. I've got a 1 and a 4, so I'm completely conflicted right now. No idea what that means. So I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need some backup here. By the way, if you're driving and listening to the show, please, for the love of God, don't type on your phone. I need you people alive. You brighten this world. You make the world a better place. Please stay alive for me. My family and I really appreciate you guys. And we appreciate all of your support. And so, yeah, please take care of yourselves and always be careful. I know that sounds stupid, but that's just how I am. I've got 7 and a 9. Oh, thanks, Groomsman. I'm not going to say that. It's too early in the day. But you know what I was thinking. Yeah, well, monkeys can't count. That's right. That's me for sure, man. But apparently they can write Shakespeare if you give them enough time. So you never know. You never know. So I only got 1 in here, and then a lot of random numbers. So that's not a good sign. So let me see here. Get this value in here. But yeah, like right here, just little simple tricks that I'll do when I'm working, which is I like to, if I've got, if you got a yellow background right there, and then you make a slightly darker yellow in front of it, it'll keep that in the background. So when you layer cooler colors on top of that, you're going to be able to or cooler colors in the foreground, you're going to make that tree sit back in space. So I've always got to watch the contrast there and do washes that are going to just like keep it light yellow and keep it in the background, just enough to come off from the background. Uh-oh, I got another 1 there. Okay, that's for you degenerates, but I love you. Geez, someone can type 1 besides me. There you go. That's right. 1. Yeah, I like that. I like where you're at. All right, guys. So here's a look at the horror trailer. It's a little bit creepy. So if you're easily creeped out, perhaps avoid it. I don't know what to tell you. So without further ado, here you go.
Don't do this. Just let it go.
There you go, guys. While they sleep, we work. Yeah. It was really fun. I love that Shanta's pain. Yeah, I don't know how fast you guys think I can make it up from my chair and get over to the bathroom and come back, but it's not as fast as you might want to think. So sadly, I do these marathon streams, and this is what we're dealing with. Yeah, it's going to be cool to see, man. Remember when we had the TV show, TV stations, and if we missed our show, it was missed forever. Yeah, and a commercial came on. Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember waiting to record it. The Batman 1989 commercial because I loved it so much. Yeah, Graveyard Shift, Omega Storm by mail, and go check it out, guys. Thank you so much, Apex Comics. I appreciate it. Yeah, take care, Admiral. If you're heading out, my friend, much love. You know, I don't know if you said, oh yeah, there you go. Bow indeed. Yes, take care. And take care, Timmy. Does your bladder feel better? You never know. Maybe I'm like Jeremy, you know, from Geeks and Gamers, and I have a bottle here. You never know. I remember those. Oh, that's some deep lore right there, man. That's going back. I know probably not for most of you guys, but those are some those were some fun times. I will say that of the High Council and all of that craziness. That was fun stuff. But yeah, man. No, I'm in it. I'm in it when I'm here. When I strap into the chair, it's like it's rare I get up to take a break unless it's to order food. Oh, and probably good. My God, $14 Canadian. That new trailer was worth a US 10 spot. Thank you. Much love. Much appreciation and much cheerleaders, man. That's how we got to do that. So here you go, my friend, and thank you. My family and I appreciate it, and we appreciate all of you guys' support. Thank you for being here and liking the stream and all of this great stuff. Charge! There you have it. Thank you so much. Let's see here. That new trailer's worth. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now I'm here. Laugh out loud. Read your post. My bad. I found the lines of the source code that's hiding the campaigns, line 65 and line 87. You ain't kidding. Yeah, that's some weird stuff. Although, you know, again, this is part of what makes all of this what it is and makes Comicsgate so important, and what we do here so important is that we're ultimately able to move a campaign like Shane's to 100K in less than 24 hours. And that's just done through our network. And that's something that is unbelievable. And it clearly shows and it clearly transcends the platforms that we're working on and we're streaming on. And all we're asking is that people have some self-interest in making money off of the success that we're having and off of the highly motivated audience we have. I mean, guys, you guys are, this channel is successful, and the reason why people like it is because I'm making art and talking to you guys about, you know, stuff that's important. What is that? Look at what that says about us. And a really good example of that is I recently sold the original to the Cyberfrog trading card piece I did. And if you want to talk about art connoisseurs, man, it's like you guys are. The gentleman who bought it was like, and I want any sketches you have of it, and I want the original tracing paper you used for the transfer that's got the line art you did on it. I mean, you guys are hardcore fans, just like all of us collecting artist editions and buying, you know, multiple covers of books. I mean, it's people talk about the speculator market and things like that. And by the way, if anybody wants to speculate on these low print run comics, you'd probably be wise to do so. But even going beyond that, you have to love the thing. Nobody just parts with their cash for no reason. People want to, you know, part with their cash to get something cool that's going to inspire them and something they like. Think about the stuff that you collect. At the end of the day, the stuff you collect is very, very likely something you're passionate about. And it's tough to part with, or if you do and you sell it or trade it, you're getting something else. You know, getting something else you're passionate about. And I think that's the thing that they don't understand about us, you know? I mean, that's what makes it fun. Hey, what is up, Ellie? Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Happy Halloween. I'm not joking, says Jasper.9. I gotta know. Oh, I found the lines of sort. Oh, there you go. Well, I believe you. Yo, everybody's saying hello. That painting is so damn. Oh, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I had fun doing it. It was a blast. Why use Indiegogo if they won't fix 2 lines of code to make a project page visible? I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. Let me tell you this, Admiral, and you'll appreciate this, man. Thank you for being a member. I do appreciate it, guys. I am so glad I painted that Salamandroid before Dale Keown drew his, because that would have been a bit demoralizing. I love Dale's Salamandroid, but I really do appreciate that. I had a blast painting it, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever done. And it's hard to part with originals, but that was always the plan when I did it. And it's going to a great home. It's going to a really great home. So I'm glad that clearly someone who's passionate about the work. You know, again, they bought the sketches and everything like that. And those of you guys who who back at the art tiers, you know what I'm talking about. I love the art and signatures that I have from the artists who are heroes of mine. I just don't part with those things. Those things are they're really special to me, man. Thank God I have Dave Stevens' autograph over there, one of my heroes. I wish I had Bernie Wrightson's signature on something. It would be wonderful, man. Yeah, and happy Halloween, everybody. Indeed, indeed. Hail waffles. Yes, that's right, man. No, I believe you, man. I'm not a coding expert, but I bet you know. I don't doubt it. And yeah, why use Indiegogo if they won't fix 2 lines of code? Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're in a transition period. The thing about people in CG, and you guys know this. So I mean, again, when I say these things, I'm just saying them for people who are tuning in and catching this later, or who are just catching up on CG. We're spinning so many plates that it's like and I know you guys know what I mean, but it's like if Image Comics, like why Image Comics didn't set up their own distribution and use Diamond. It's like because you just can't. It's like you can't take on one more thing, and so I think when push comes to shove, you'll see a change if they don't get their stuff together, for lack of a better way of putting it. You're gonna see a change, but I hope that they do, because how many things do we have to build? How many obstacles do we have to get past before these people just realize we are not going to stop? Period. And incompetence is one of the bigger aspects of it, man. I think it's a mixture of, on their end, I think it's a mixture of incompetence and, sadly, certainly a little bit of malice in there too, which is to say that every business should be wanting to do a great job at making money. And we make money. Do we make as much as some people? No, but that's kind of a bizarre attitude to take for any business. Businesses should be about success and paying attention to who is benefiting them. And so my hope is that they'll get their stuff together, because it'd be a shame if we have to go somewhere else. Absolutely a shame for them. But, we've done it before and we will do it again, man. The truth is, hang on a second here. The truth is, all comics I collect that are worth something, I won't sell because I love them too much. I think I'm a bigger fan than I'm an investor. I'm the same way. Dave Stevens, never heard of him. Yeah, I haven't heard from him either. He's a young kid coming up. Even period transition. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, it's you guys are gonna get me coughing again. But yeah, no, I'm the same way. I mean, the books that I have are really important to me. Even the artist editions are really important to me. Like, they come out, well, obviously they go up in value, but even artist editions that are reprinted, I would not flip an older copy of an artist edition when a new one comes out and just buy the cheaper one, because I love my books so much, man. I love them. And it's same thing goes with my CG books that I have over there in the short box, man. It's like, I love those books. I love the stuff we're doing. And they're also, like, I have 2 copies of Cyberfrog #1. And the thing about it is that it really was one to read and one to bag and board. So I just have it. And that book is reminds me of that first printing, just reminds me of those times watching that first, early successes of CG and watching the money go up. I think the first stream that Ethan did, which I've shown for the launch of the book, which I've shown on here before, the stream ended with it at like $8,000, and it just kind of, or maybe that was like the big funding goal. I think 8K was the funding goal. I could be wrong. And I just remember the excitement and enthusiasm of it. And just like I remember the excitement and enthusiasm of Shane's stream launching Inglorious Rex 2, which is on Indiegogo right now, man. It's crazy. They can, it's like whatever their glitches are, we've got to have our stuff together, right? That's what it is. I'm just happy with a small head sketch for now. That's right. Absolutely. And you shall have it. That's how it works. Let's see here. Crimson Truth is, yeah, I do love that stuff. Things have been quiet since Mark Brooks' stream. These people destroy things for fun. Yeah, I mean, it's I think that but the main thing I think they tend to destroy is themselves too, which is it's tragic. Like you how do I word it? Every single, because we were talking about the whole heroism thing and all that stuff earlier. You can change your life at any point. You can just choose to be a different person and choose to get your stuff together. It just takes, taking a deep look at things and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying these people are capable of it or incapable of it. I have no way of knowing that. But you just hope that maybe these will be the moments where, they have their moment of clarity. Maybe they're going to, they'll have that moment. And sometimes I think, unfortunately, it's very tough to be there and be on the receiving end of these people's rock bottom. And it's not something I have any patience for. But it's, I really do hope they get their stuff together, because, it's going after people who are, visionary creators and things like that. And you see that happen all the time. It's not something you're going to look back on and say, wow, that was great. Glad I did that. And that's by far the funniest thing about all of this stuff, which is, I think there's going to be a time. What is up, Camel Moon? How are you doing, man? Boots and heels, everybody. Check it out. Camel Moon in the house. That's right. Inglorious Rex 2. Thank you, Amanda B. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for dropping that link. I guess the thing I think about is that, they're leaving a paper trail on themselves. Like, they love to go back, and they used to love to go back and dig up people's old things. What are they going to do when woke is no longer a thing? And when canceling people is viewed as the abhorrent witch hunt that it is? I mean, they've got this paper trail of coordinated stalking and psycho behavior that, that's out there, that's going to be with them. And like, that's going to dawn on them at some point, that mentality of quote unquote call out culture that they were so obsessed with is going to come their way. And they should probably maybe like have a moment of pause and stop while they're ahead, and start apologizing now, early and often, because it's the problem with having that kind of mentality and that kind of attitude is eventually it's going to come your way. And I just think that they're playing a very, very short game right now, which is, thinking that, it's like, oh, I can, in the moment, I can do this and it feels good and I feel like I have so much power. But you're also conducting yourself in such a way that people are going to want to avoid you like the plague. And there's nothing valuable on the other side of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's up? Everybody's saying hello to Camel Moon. It's jealousy, which has its own price to pay. You're absolutely right, Timmy Mello. It absolutely is. Yes, indeed. Happy Halloween, Camel Moon. Yeah, Mark Brooks is. Yeah, exactly. It's been said. And Stephen Rockwood, member of the channel. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate it. The first member on this channel, man. That's what I love about Stephen Rockwood. And he's like, first to have your back and last to leave, man. Always good stuff, man. Always good stuff from Stephen Rockwood, fellow brother of the ink and art. It's good to see. Good to see. Good to know you. But yeah, I mean, it's you see, we all have these moments where everybody's gonna have a moment in their life where they fall short of the glory. But it's what you do going forward that's going to be the thing that makes it happen. And I think that for all of the things that that we look back on, we say, oh, it's like I could have done that better, could have handled this situation better, or whatever. That's normal in human beings. I just think it's a very weird thing to leave a gigantic paper trail of awful things you've done. And that's like legit, like, I harassed this person, and like, I think about, here's one I always think about. It's like, how many of these people who grew up loving this stuff, right? Like Harry Potter and all that stuff, and then lost their minds. Like, are they going to look back in their 50s and go, yes? And that tweet, when they show examples of harassment during, and this crazy, insanity that went on, like, that's my tweet telling J.K. Rowling she's a horrible person. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I can't imagine it's gonna be something that people are proud to have their name associated with in the future. But maybe some people are. Maybe I'm misunderstanding them, man. Oh, my brother Will just sent me a text saying happy Halloween, Shanth. I say happy Halloween to you if you're out there checking things out. Eventually, there are repercussions. Absolutely. People don't forget when someone tried to destroy them. You're absolutely right. Family's livelihood. The pendulum does tend to swing with society. You're absolutely right. Yeah, be careful how you hunt monsters, lest you become a monster yourself. Amen. Camel Moon can't walk. It's a Halloween miracle. He can walk. It's a Halloween miracle. It is a Halloween miracle. Camel Moon is a Halloween miracle. He's a life miracle. Shelf is too kind. Again, these people find glee in his strong. Yeah, exactly. Your boy did a great video on this the other day. Twitter is a low-effort platform to be powerful. Yes. Peterson talked about. Maromi, how are you doing, my friend? I tip my cap to you. Hail to you and happy Halloween. Camel Moon, anyone who's offended from internet people, especially as an adult, are just sad weirdos. Camel Moon, I find that offensive. Hashtag do the work. What's Admiral Wackass saying, Maromi, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to all of you people. It's great to see you guys. And Camel, if you feel like, I mean, I'm going to be wrapping up probably like, in a little bit, like in about 15 minutes or so. But Camel, if you feel like popping in here, just let me know. I'll send you the link, man, just to say hello and happy Halloween. And pimp boots and heels. Let me know, man. I'll send you the link. Let me see here. All right. I'm going to try to do something that happened that was kind of fortuitous right here. I'm going to see if I can get this to zoom in, man. Where is it? Focus. I got to move it over a little bit. Focus. Right there. Right on the bicep where he's grabbing this tree. There's this little note of orangish dark that's coming through. And I love that. I love the way that plays off of the blue. Total accident. Like just an accident of just talking with your friends and painting. So thank you guys for being here. Let me send Camel a link here. Oh man, I tell you what, guys, it is it's good work, and God bless you guys. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I mean, I count my blessings every single day, guys, and it's so important. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. I think I'm doing that right, but let's see. Camel, I sent you the link, brother. But I mean, it's crazy, man. It's like I'm like I said, I meet all these cool people. We do all this crazy stuff, and we have a good time doing it. Can't say it any better than that, man. It's a fun time. What do you mean, you people? Exactly. Right? Hashtag do the work. Do that work, whatever that means. Apparently, doing the work does not mean doing any work of any kind. So I'm not sure what the hell that's about. Here we go. My main man, my can of spam. We're just, sitting here doing artwork at the desk. That's what we do all day. Camel Moon, how you doing, boss?
Hey, how are you? Very good.
Man, just doing what you're doing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I can't really show what I'm working on because it's going to be a surprise when we release it.
No worries.
But, it'll be dope. That's all I can say.
Oh, I know it will be, man. How you been?
Good. I like everyone else, I had a little bit of a scare because I was like, am I making money or is Indiegogo fucking me too? But woke up yesterday morning, had an extra, oh God, what was it? $600-700 on the campaign.
Boom.
So yeah, that was great. And we cleared 21K.
Oh my God. Congratulations, man.
So yeah, it's going well. Try to get to 22K this week, baby steps, but the little campaign that could. But yeah, it's it's a drag. Everyone knows who's been in CG, who's it takes a minute to get those campaigns where you want them to be. So
oh yeah, it does, man. Let me get this on screen here, guys, and see if I can get this to work. There we go, guys. Boots and heels at 21K. Congratulations. We've got 170. God, I need my glasses. Camel, this is the end for me, man. Now, 178 backers. Let's see if we can get this to 200 backers, guys. Let's do that this week. Come on, man. Let's make it happen. 14 days left. That's great, man. And if you want to come on the show sometime to talk about it, let me know, man.
I'm on right now.
I mean like a targeted show. I've been painting for I
would
2 hours straight.
I would love that, to be honest with you. That would be really cool.
Yeah, we'd have a blast, man.
Yeah. Michael Deutsche, whatever, says, how do I explain to my girlfriend that I really want a Kimmelman lunchbox? Just tell her, baby, if you really love me,
that's right.
You'll let me splooge on splurge? What's the word?
That sounded a little different. Splurge.
Yeah, that's not what I thought it was gonna go out to. But
yeah. Well, that could also convince her. You don't know. You don't know. What is she?
True.
Listen, man. Isn't it? What was that? what Chris Rock said. He's like, your lady is nastier than you have any idea. You never know. That could be, you could uncover something and deepen your relationship, guys.
Yeah.
But we've got Boots and Heels here, 178 backers. There is the $75 issues 0 through 3 featured tier. We've also got $20 there, CG versus XT prequel comic Boots and Heels number 0. $35 for Camel Knight's standee set. Oh, that is glorious right there. Love it.
Yeah, me and
1 through
Bancroft.
3 oversized. Yeah, there you go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bancroft, he's a man with a plan and rollerblades.
The plan is to rollerblade.
That's right, exactly, man. And here's the artwork here, man, which I freaking love in this, man. This is like, I don't know, I know about what parts you're from, but it reminds me as someone who went to the Words and Pictures Museum up in Northampton, Mass. You know, the stomping ground of Kevin Eastman's museum and Peter Laird and that whole scene. You know, with comics during that time. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what it takes me back to, going into that museum store and seeing all of the great Pacific Comic stuff and Mirage Studios stuff, and I lived for that, man. That was my life, man.
Yeah,
so cool, dude.
Yeah,
10,000 guys. Can you make this happen, guys? Someone's out here's got 10K.
I know you freeloaders. Come on, buy me a goddamn golf cart, for God's sake.
Boots and Heels. Thank you, Amanda P. Got the link right there.
We right there are the 3D turnarounds. We're going to be starting an art contest in 2 weeks, and I'll make a whole graphic for it, and it'll, you know, at the 30-day mark is sort of like the second launch for a lot of these campaigns. Of course. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be putting out the official trailer, and we're going to have 2 or maybe 3 new tiers of new stuff that's not on the campaign. It's not just new covers. And
oh my gosh.
The art contest is, we're going to do $1,500 for the winner.
Wow, dude.
So
that's great,
that
man.
Entices some people. And then the, depending on how many entrants we get, 20 of them, up to 20 will be in the back of the book as a pinup gallery, and the winner will win the cover of the second print.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Don't you love comics, man? Don't you just love, I mean, I know you and I both understand the importance of action figures, and maybe there's a little bit of you know, Dark Helmet Spaceballs, you know, playing with the action figures. I don't know. I can't speak.
Your helmet is so big.
That's right. I also love my favorite line from that movie is because good is dumb.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Man. But it's the groomsman, man, one of our resident animators, is like, art contest, do tell. There you go. Yeah, those are great incentives, man. Yeah, Camel is funny. Like, it's like I think you're younger than me, but hopefully, right, got more life in you. But I look at that kind of stuff, and I love hearing somebody talk about the quality of figures we're getting, how cool the stuff is, and who also loves the potential of comics. I mean, I know we talk about the 90s as a golden age and all of that kind of stuff, but if we're being honest, man, it's like the stuff that led up to that in the 80s, Dark Knight Returns, the black and white boom, and all that indie scene made that cool stuff happen. You know? Yeah,
I can see that. I mean, you know, I'm a huge Eastman and Laird fan, and you know, I've always liked their stuff, and I think this is going to sound kind of condescending. It's not supposed to, but I think the reason I liked their stuff growing up was because I felt like, because it was so off model, that I could achieve it. I was like, oh, I can kind of draw like this. I can figure this out, you know? And
I've thought a lot about that, dude, about which people, this may sound kind of nuts, but it's sort of tied to that, which is, I think that there's this level you can't fake at which the most pure childlike aspect of us understands a thing that is almost impossible to duplicate or tap into if you don't just have it. And they went right to your soul with that stuff. Because you think about all of the artists who try to do that, and it's like, explain to me Ub Iwerks's Mickey Mouse or Schultz's Peanuts Gang. That ain't a dog. That doesn't look like any dog I've ever seen. You know what I mean? But it's iconic. And that stuff, they're still making action figures of that original artwork to this day, like based on that art. Can't beat it, man.
Yeah, if it works, it works. It's like the like Sonic. You know, like Sonic
Yes.
the Hedgehog is
Perfect.
considered to be like this perfect piece of art, which is crazy.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
man.
like they teach you in like animation school about how it has like the golden ratio and everything. And it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of, it's interesting how it's something so simple, becomes so iconic. So
comics are different though, right? Because it's like what you're doing. There's a rawness you're doing in your work right now that if you had to animate that frame by frame, I mean, I'm sure anything can be done, but holy cow, like the grit of that Ninja Turtles work, it can be translated to animation, but it's like it's singular, man. Oh, there you go. Cool. I might do an art contest. Boots and heels seems like it would be a fun draw. Absolutely, it would be. I agreed, man. Agreed. Yeah.
Well, all are welcome.
Camel Moon. Yeah, that's right. Golf cart tier. Guys, let me just say this. If you have any rich friends, right? If you have any rich friends out there who just want to flex, people are constantly comparing Nosfero to Mickey Mouse. Agreed. They're comparing my artwork oftentimes to Mickey Mouse, but not in the way that is positive. The Addams Family strip. You're absolutely right. That is a great example of iconic work, man. Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you call it? But yeah, so how's work going? You don't have to show it to me, but because you can't. But how's it going?
Yeah, good. It's tough because I'm trying to get this done. This is going to be something for we're going to do a Black Friday sale, so I want to get this ready to go. But I'm also finishing up these hail salads, to mail those out. I think we have about 75 left. So it's
wow, dude.
I see the finish line. I finished packing the R's because we're doing it alphabetical. And I did everything after T through Z because it was like a page because, how many people out there have a name with a Y in it? So all I have left are the S's and the T's, and there's about 3 or 4 pages of each. I couldn't believe how many Ryans we had, or we had there's like 40 Stevens. It's like, oh boy. Okay. So yeah, it takes a minute, but it's when it's done, it's done. And then I can just focus on the campaign, which is really what I want to do.
People don't appreciate that, man, but Ryans are the backbone of CG. When are people going to acknowledge it? Yeah, all of you Ryans, man. I'll tell you this: I've come under fire for the lack of motivation of Chance, and I'm like, all I can do is apologize for us.
Yeah,
that's all I can offer.
It is bullshit. I don't know why you don't.
It's bullshit. There's a few people in India. There, I said it. Get on it, people. Come on. Although it's all in rupees, so maybe we'll just stick to the Ryans.
How much is a rupee worth? Like how many bucks?
It's like a peso practically, man.
Oh,
It ain't much. It's like, although, like I said, I mean, it's just conversion. There's a lot of people with a lot of rupees. I saw a lot of very, very wealthy art school students from India. So, the wealth is concentrated somewhere, I guess you could say, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Voyager 47? Good to see you. Hail to you. And happy Halloween, everybody. Yasmin Young. Camels forgot about Yasmin Young. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. Yeah, I can't say it any fairer than that.
Sorry, Yasmin.
Yeah, Yasmin, we apologize. Was it Aaron A. Aronson from Hot Fuzz?
I joked about that, because so I'm signing. Oh, well, not signing, but I'm doing little thank you notes for every person. And so I just thanks for back the campaign because it was late, and I just so I appreciate everyone's not going crazy. And I did a little head sketch for everyone. And, so it takes a minute. But unfortunately, I think the only person who didn't get it, because I didn't think to do it till after I shipped the first one. So, yeah, if there's an A. Aaron, Alceveda, whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever the first A is ever,
brutal.
Didn't get a sketch. So, sorry.
There's the chat with it. 82.80 rupees for $1 American dollar. There you have it. Wow. It's called Brotherhood of No Name keychain for you. I'm a founding member. There you go. If you use a VPN, digital products in India are very affordable. Very cool. There you go. Back Nosfero. Thank you so much, Admiral. Yeah, guys, please. We just crossed 32. It takes so long to get books shipped here to Yemen. There you go. That is, I don't doubt it. Excuse me. So I'm assuming you're a fan of Prince Nassim Hamed. That's what I would take that to mean. Great boxer, amazing featherweight. But yeah, man, I mean, I think this has been an unbelievably crazy and amazing year for Comicsgate. And I think we're kind of, especially with Eric July kind of jumping into this crowdfunding space, or not crowdfunding, but into this indie space, with his website and the stuff he's doing with ISOM. And I just can't help but think that we're kind of in this, the start of the middle period. Like you've got your first book is almost done shipping. And I can't imagine what that was like for you, to just kind of, because you did that video. Like, did you say to yourself, okay, I'm definitely doing Hail Salad as a comic book when you did that first video?
Oh, no, not at all. No,
I know. That's why I'm like going,
not even close.
Like,
I thought at the most I would put out a DVD, and then, but people kept asking for an actual book, and then I don't know who said it. I'm sure someone said it. I'm sure a million people want to take credit for it. Maybe it was Bancroft. I don't know.
It was always Bancroft when we're giving out credit.
Yeah. Someone said, they were just like, you're in Comicsgate, make a comic. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. So it could have been Malin. I really have no idea who said it. So I was just like, all right, that's probably a good idea. Let me just make a comic. And that's why I was here initially anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'll just make a comic. So, yeah. And, 2 years later, took a minute, but there was a lot of stuff going on. Like, we started Camel Knights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me and my wife moved all the way from Florida or Texas to Florida. So that was kind of pain. And we bought a house too. So it wasn't like just a move. And then we started the game show. And I did, I don't know what, 4 or 5 episodes of Hail Salad after the campaign launched. So it was just, there was a lot of stuff going on, but I'm excited that the Boots and Heels will get out much, much sooner because it's already drawn. And, for the most part, I just need to finish the coloring and, get it to print. So I don't have anything else standing in my way, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Blackjack. It's been an amazing year for CG and super expensive for me. Too many good books to back. Yeah. It's been crazy. And that's the thing about these campaigns. It's like, I think that, when we talk about, the grind of all of this stuff, there's different levels to how these books progress. And I think that it's like, the marathon part of it is the trick and the not getting discouraged. I think that's why so many of us have to talk to, each other, frankly, and remind each other, to keep going. Yeah, the psychiatrists, of course. Well, yeah, of course, but there's only so much they can take. I mean, you don't want to drive them, into the ground, at least in my case. But it's, will the Hail Salad series be in DVD or Blu-ray format at some point? Wow, there's one.
Oh, it'll definitely be Blu-ray. I made all of them in 1080, so they should be fine. In fact, the Blu-ray version will be, a lot of the episodes are the perfect editions. So what you saw OC on YouTube currently, they're missing some jokes. Sometimes there's like little hiccups in audio or glitches in the video. So it's almost like a director's cut. So it's definitely going to be a better experience than just the YouTube stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say this, guys, never question his integrity. I have heard this man talk about the importance of accuracy in scaling action figures. So that's going to be in 1080p. I don't know what kind of I don't know what kind of show people think Camel's running here. But this project is your passion project, man. This is a project that you like it's your comic book dreams in book form, with the time travel and the meticulous attention. It's like, again, the Lucent people, who have been here for a long time know the Lucent didn't start with Comicsgate, and that thing was being developed and honed as the Woken. Horrifying. And
that's right. Yeah.
It just keeps me up at night sometimes. But it was being honed for a while before, it was, this amazing, place, this amazing opportunity presented itself. And, you couldn't have dreamed of such a big, audience of independent collectors and backers who want to have an interesting bookshelf and want to have interesting, books on their shelf. Like, again, they had during the glory days of comics and which I think are returning in a lot of ways right now. And so it's there's no time like now to launch all this stuff and get it out there. And I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm glad.
Yeah, you've done it all. I hope that's the case. It's you always wonder, like, was this a good time? Should have I waited till next year? And how is the market going to be different? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? So you just kind of go with what you assume is the best option, and just cross your fingers. Be like, all right, well, got to pull the trigger. So we'll just go with this.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I will tell you this. So it will be around for a while. So I always say, launch it, get it out there, keep talking, and build the brand. That was my attitude on Nosfero, right? Which is, if I overthink it, like a lot of things, we'll never do it. And we got to, at a certain point, you got to do it. Hail salad shipping. People are getting that. And I think that's going to be the thing that makes it happen, man. It's like just the what's the word? The first step with any of these things is breaking the static friction. Once you get it moving, that's the trick. Like Nosfero did pretty well out of the gate. But it's going to be, I love that Ellie's saying 2023 will be a deep recession. Yeah. I think what I always tell people about that is Mickey Mouse and the entire Disney empire launched during the Great Depression. So people,
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, guys, seriously, it's anybody in the chat. Entertainment is one of the most stable things because people want something to get them, enthused. Yeah, absolutely, guys. So, and I will tell you that Nosfero right now is just starting to break the static friction with a lot of things. Like it was doing well, but it's starting to generate its own heat now. And it's crazy. Yeah. Just like Nosfero 2 will. Absolutely, guys. And we're committed to it. So I'm going to wrap up the stream. Camel, stick around because I want to say hey real quick, if that's cool. I'm going to come up with some kind of plan. And I will see you guys soon. To my members in the chat, thank you guys. Do make sure that you check out Hail Salad's follow-up, Boots and Heels. It's going to be 3 comics in 1, so bear that in mind, guys. There's a ton of story there.
4 comics.
4. Sorry, my God. Sorry. You talk. Yeah. Correct me.
Yeah, 4 comics. It's issues 1 through 3, but there's also an issue 0. You can get issue 0 if you want, just to see if you like the story, or you can get issues 1 through 3. Also, on your way out, if you're interested, you can get Hail Salad as a second print. So you can technically walk away with 5 comics if you're so inclined.
And we keep the lights on with your support. We thank you for it. And thank you, Jasper Plan 9. I appreciate that. You guys, happy Halloween. Stay gold. Much love from all of us here. We will see you guys soon. Check out Boots and Heels. Check out Nosfero, the Crypt Walker, and all of you guys. Happy Halloween. Take care. All right, we will see you guys soon. And let me play you guys out with my new members only. Speaking of, I'm a whack-ass video here. So here you guys are in the credits. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Dedication, hard work, dedication.